Good morning. I am picking blackberries. Check it out. So we can make some blackberry jam. And while I'm doing that, I'm thinking about some things. And this is a weird angle. It's okay though. I'm going to pick blackberries and just speak about my experience yesterday. I posted a video about how I was in bed most of the day yesterday. I didn't get out of bed till 4:30. I had a very emotional day. I had an event occur the evening before that was triggering for me, to use a term that is, I think, overused nowadays. But we all have triggers. And so in the video, I talked about how at first I didn't really understand where all of this emotion was coming from, why I was so upset. But because I allowed myself time and space just to sit with my emotions, it was revealed to me that what I was experiencing was some shame that I had taken on because of events in my past. And I was holding that shame in my body. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the book The Body Keeps the Score by Bessel van der Kolk, I think his name is. I might have butchered his name. But it's just what it sounds like. The body keeps the score. The book is about how the body holds on physically to emotional traumas. And so what I'm getting at, where I'm going with this, is that was a gift yesterday. The triggering event, okay, even as uncomfortable as it was a gift, because it was an opportunity for me to release that trauma. Now, had I not allowed myself time and space to experience the emotions, to sit with them, had I just repressed them and gone about my day, then it would have remained in my body, and it will be much more likely that I will be triggered again by something in the future that was similar to what happened. All of life is a gift. It's all a gift. The body, the mind, the spirit, we're so resilient. And this is why it's so important to have a mindfulness exercise, to know thyself. Because when you know yourself, you can discern between what is real and what is an illusion, what is actually happening in this present moment versus maybe what is some residual trauma left over from the past. And in realizing that, you can deal with it. So, do I want to go into detail? I don't know if it's necessary. I used to talk a lot about, when I first started this channel, I talked a lot about specific things I had gone through because I felt I needed to do that. Because some of my trauma is also around being silenced. And there is some shame that I carry or have carried around that, feeling like I can't share my story, feeling like a broken person. And I felt like I needed to speak out and to say, like, hey, if you've experienced something like this, you're not alone. And I think there is something very powerful in that. I think it is helpful sometimes for ourselves and others to just share details. You can overshare, absolutely. And I think you can get caught up in your story and identify with your story, and that's not helpful. I have reached a point where I do want to let go of those stories. It's part of my history, everything that's happened to me. But I don't want to run the risk of reactivating something inside of me, and backtracking on the work that I've done. That being said, I am always willing to share with individuals on a one-on-one basis anytime I feel that it is helpful. But just putting myself out there to the whole world at this time with specific details about, my ups and downs, and often doesn't feel like the right course of action for me. But it was around shame yesterday, just to be broad. Shame. And I actually did feel it in my body. There was a memory replaying over and over again in my mind, that was connected to this shame, and I felt it in my body where it was stored as well. So mindfulness is and yoga and meditation, it really helps you get into the body. I feel like a lot of people walk around half in their body, half out, like a little bit depersonalized, a little bit dissociated. I think most people nowadays live in a state like that because our culture is so demanding, and in many ways it's just, modern day life in and of itself is traumatic. And so I think a lot of us hold our breath. We are the breath, right? So in yoga, you're really focusing on staying with the breath, same in meditation. So even when you just have a practice of yoga and meditation, that helps you become a more self-aware person because you are being with the breath, which is you. You can't exist without your breath. So that allows you, having an awareness of your breath and being with your breath, allows you to feel into your body, like where the emotions are in the body. It's very powerful. And I feel that I'm rambling, but I'm just feeling very grateful as I woke up this morning feeling very refreshed and recharged and energized. And I'm in this beautiful landscape picking blackberries. It's like a little Eden here. And we're surrounded by paradise. We are smack dab in the middle of paradise. And we have forgotten, we have fallen from our grace, forgotten who we are, forgotten what we came here for. And through, I think, a practice of mindfulness and meditation and self-awareness activities, you can begin to remember, bring yourself back together, and start to wake up to the reality of our circumstance, which is that we live in a paradise. We've been given everything we need, not just to survive, but to thrive. And this is love right here. Like, our Creator loves us so much. Look at all this beauty and bounty. And all right, look at this. Hold on. Look at this. We're meant to work with this, to be stewards of this. We are a part of it. And because we've forgotten who we are, and because we've separated ourselves from all of this, I believe that's so many of us feel lost and confused and unfulfilled and traumatized by a culture that denies our connection to all of this and tells us that we have to prove ourselves worthy of love and life and anything. Like, we are intrinsically deserving of love and life, and the way that you know that is because you exist at all. You are made. Here you are in the smack dab in the middle of it all, surrounded by everything you need to survive and live a life of abundance, really. And we get in the way of that. We fit so perfectly in this web of life. We have a niche. We belong here. This is not accidental. You are not an accident. You were made on purpose, and you have a purpose. And your purpose is to live, and to love, and to grow, and to learn. And you have everything you need. If you're watching this video, you have everything you need to do that, because you're alive if you're watching this video. And that's all you need, is breath in your lungs and a heart beating in your chest to wake up and remember who you are, a child of God, a divine being.